Hi, I'm Julie Wrighton and I'm with the Dakota Conference, and we just wanted to announce something new this year for the 2019 Dakota Conference. We have an app for your smartphone and it has a whole bunch of really neat features. So we're just going to do a brief tutorial on how to download the app, how to find the guidebook once you get it downloaded, and just the basic features of the app. It's got some really neat stuff, so here we go. What we're showing you today is basically my iPhone screen on this screen right here. So everything that you're seeing is me doing it on my phone. So if you have an iPhone, you're going to go to the App Store, or if you have an Android, you're going to go to the Google Play Store, and you're going to search guidebook. And normally it would say get on it, but I've downloaded it before, so you're just going to see this little cloud. So you just click on that and you'll see that it's downloading, and then you hit open and it'll take you to the app, and you'll just want to skip this screen and go ahead and hit that. Once you've downloaded the app, you go to have a passphrase and click that at the bottom of the screen, and then you want to enter 2019 DAC Conf, which is DAKCONF. And then the guide will show up on your phone, and you just click open in the middle of the screen, and you want to go ahead and let it allow notifications, so in case the staff has any announcements they want to get out to our participants in a timely manner, this app will notify you of any of those announcements. So on the next screen, on your home screen, you're gonna see the agenda, but at the upper right hand part of the screen, you're gonna see the little person. You click that little person and you want to sign up. You can sign up with Facebook or with your email, and then this way it puts you in the app and you can kind of network with other people, see who else is attending. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my information really quick. So you can see at the top right hand side, you'll see my picture. When you sign in, you can put your own profile picture on there if you choose to. And then once you're in the home screen or the agenda screen, you'll be able to see that there's just a couple things going on Monday, but on Tuesday is when we get into the real like the presentations of the conference and things like that. So it's going to show you everything that's going on, what time it's going on, where the rooms that it's going on. So for example, the NDPHA meeting, if you are interested in attending that, you go ahead and click on that, and it's going to give you information on what room it's in and then what the additional breakout rooms are in. And then there's also the discussion portion of each session, and that's where you can go ahead and write something regarding that session. It's a good way to communicate with other people attending the session. You can put your thoughts in there, you can ask questions, things like that. And what you can also do, the really neat feature through the agenda feature is, say you want to attend the NDPHA meeting, you're going to want to click on the little circle with the plus sign, and you can set a reminder. So if you want your phone to remind you 15 minutes prior to that session, you can go ahead and choose that. But you can kind of go through and take a look at all of the different things that are going on that day, and you can click in to each session and get a little bit of information. So the keynote 1 is going to be in the Coliseum, and it'll give you the time, the location, the title of the presenter, and then it's going to give you a brief introduction on what that session is going to cover. And the really neat thing in this section as well is that you can take your pre-test before the session starts, and you can take the evaluation and the post-test after the session. So you just go ahead and click right on pre-test, and it's going to take you directly to the Qualtrics pre-test, and you can take it right on your phone. Same with speaker evaluation and post-test. You can do it all through there, and then once you've completed it, you go ahead and hit, you go ahead and hit the red arrows at the bottom, or the red button at the bottom. And then depending on whether or not the presenter wants to share their slides, if that presenter does want to share their slides, you see at the bottom of the screen presentation slides, you can go ahead and click on that, and it's going to give you all of the slides in a PDF version. So that's handy as well. But so once you've kind of gone through everything and looked at what you want to do, say you want to go to keynote and you want to go to session 1, and so you just kind of choose the sessions you want to go to, and you got to go to the welcome reception because that's always fun. And then the next day, so Wednesday, at the top of the screen, you can kind of scroll through, and so Wednesday you'll be able to do the same thing. And the neat thing about this is you choose your sessions you want to go to, and then the next part of the tool is the My Schedule portion. So it's kind of nice because it'll show you everything that you want to see, so you don't have to mess with the whole entire conference agenda. This will just show you everything that you've selected to attend, and it'll still provide the same information as it does on the other screen. It just kind of puts it into a nice little concise schedule for you. And then the next part is the speaker information. So this just shows disclosure of commercial support for everybody who's presenting, and then it gives bios for each presenter. So if you are interested in finding out any additional information about anybody who's presenting, all of that information will be here. The conference hall maps, this will show you the convention center layout. And the next tab on your app is going to be FAQs. So this is information that just kind of general information, questions we get asked pretty often that hopefully are answered here for you, and then you don't have to try to track one of us down. And a couple of the neat things that are provided in here are different numbers to taxi services in case you want to go somewhere while you're in Minot. There's information on how to get your continuing medical education certificate once the conference is over. There is a link in here as well that shows you different restaurants throughout the Minot area in case you feel like dining out. So just a bunch of different things. And as it says, if I have a question, what if I have a question that's not answered here? Please track one of us down. We'd be more than happy to assist you. Find us at the registration desk. And the next part is, I forgot the name of it, is the discussion portion. So this is where, again, you can kind of go in and network with people, ask questions, leave your thoughts on sessions or different things going on. You can add photos to it. Just kind of a way for you guys to connect with each other, you know, take pictures of different sessions you find interesting, take pictures of each other, whatever you want to put here. And then the exhibitors, this is where it's going to provide information about each exhibitor that has a booth at the conference, so that it provides a description and contact information. And depending on what level which exhibitor level they're at, there could be a flyer attached to the description that would provide more information on the program. So for example, this is All Trues. So any app or any exhibitor that you see that has a little star by their names is going to have additional information. They're gold or silver. And anybody who doesn't have a star is still going to have contact information and description information, program description information. Same with the sponsors. Sponsors are those who are sponsoring the conference but don't have a physical booth at the conference. And there's going to be the same type of information provided there as well. Attendees, this is where you will see other people who have signed into the app. This is where everybody's going to be. So if you want to connect with somebody, you would go ahead and send a request, and then they would accept that request. And that's where you can kind of network with people as well. The 2019 Rural and Public Health Awards, that is going to show you the 2019 Dakota Conference and North Dakota Public Health Association award winners. Just a little thumbnail or a little picture of them, and then kind of explaining what that award is about. Photos is kind of self-explanatory. This is where any pictures that you take and upload are going to exist. You can click add photos at the bottom, and you can either take a photo or choose a photo from the gallery and go ahead and leave them here. You can put a little caption with them. Just something fun. To-do list is here for you if you want to add something new to remind yourself, or say, for example, there's a presenter you'd like to touch base with. You can always kind of add their information in here, and then once you check off something on your to-do list, you can hit clear completed, and then that'll all go away for you. Just a nice way to remind you of things. And I think one of my favorite things is the weather. You click on that and it's going to take you to the Weather Channel's website for the outlook for the Minot area. Food menu, again, self-explanatory, just showing you what we're going to be having at the conference if you choose to dine with us at the conference. Continuing education information, this is where you find the different credit hours that are available for the different professions, and it's going to provide information on how to access your certificate or transcript, and that's also provided, that part of it is also provided under FAQs. That's one of our most commonly asked questions, so that's why we supply that information. Social media information is just going to talk about the different ways to follow Dakota Conference on the various forms of social media. And talking about social media, there's a Twitter feed that goes right into the Dakota Conference Twitter account, so it'll kind of show everything, the Twitter updates as they're going on throughout the conference. And then the about and the general information are pretty straightforward. General information is, it provides housekeeping details, planning committee information, conference goals and objectives, and information on the 2020 Dakota Conference that we would love to see you at. So that just kind of houses some of that information. And then the about is what the Dakota Conference is, what it's all about. And then you can also, in case you want an interactive map of the Minot area, you can go ahead and click on that map and it'll show you that map of the area. If you have any questions on how to use the app, please don't hesitate to contact us. And while you're at the conference, if you have questions, find one of us at the registration desk. We'd be more than happy to help you. And we will see you in Minot at the Dakota Conference.